Hey guys, we are back for another video. Now you guys, we've been talking about reality TV and y'all want me to talk about this Porsha Williams and this Dennis and this Drew situation, y'all. So let's jump into it.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Okay, so y'all want to know what do I think about the situation between Porsha, Drew, and Dennis? Well, here it goes. So I totally understand where Porsha is coming from with regards to her saying Drew is sneaky, shady, and she low down and dirty. I get it because, in all honesty, I believe that Drew maybe not have the most greatest storyline and she's pushing this narrative to really create a storyline for herself. I do not believe that Drew and Dennis has anything going on because I live in Atlanta, you know where they live. And if something was going on, it would be out on these streets. Now, did they show up holding hands? Maybe, but I don't believe it was real. I don't believe Dennis and Drew has anything going on. I just don't. Now, in terms of this Porsha situation, I can understand where she's coming from because Porsha knows reality TV, and I believe she's well aware that Drew is trying to use this as a storyline. Now, is Porsha correct for being upset? I would say yes, because she does do business with Drew, and Drew is just Drew. Drew is just Drew. And I feel like Drew knew and knows exactly what she's doing because, first of all, you say that you and Dennis are not dating, but then you also go on to say like he was your confidant and all of this is given very much weird. So I don't believe it. And I don't know if Porsha believes it. Y'all got to understand that Porsha was supposed to, have Simon as her storyline. Or was she? And then it all just fell to shit. So I don't know if Porsha is also playing on this narrative as if she believed this situation, but at any rate, it doesn't matter because Drew is, in fact, out of order, and everything Porsha says she is, in fact, that. Now, right here is when it gets real dirty, nasty, and filthy because Porsha gets to call him Drew a dirty, low down, nasty dog. It's pretty much what she said. I don't trust you, and you just a mess. And she's right. Drew is, and I believe again that she's creating this for her storyline. Of course, Drew has no idea what Porsha is talking about because Drew is an actress and that is just what Drew does. So, of course, in Drew fashion, she doesn't know what the hell Porsha is talking about. But in all honesty, Drew is saying that her and Dennis are just friends and they're just working together. But girl, you are in Atlanta. You got Jermaine Dupri. You have so many real people that you can work with. Dennis is a restaurant entrepreneur. When did he start making music and why would you want to work with Dennis? It seems and it's giving storyline, it's giving fake, it's giving phony. Yes, it's giving all of that. Now, Porsha goes on to say how this storyline with Dennis can basically make her look crazy because she like, look, Dennis, you coming onto my platform with this storyline and this could potentially ruin our relationship with regards to our daughter. Now, and stop it, Porsha, because Porsha, you are trying to control the narrative. You are being teamed too much because Dennis being on this show does not make Dennis be a bad father. So please stop with that narrative. But I understand where you're going with it. But stop trying to make it seem like Dennis coming on this show is going to make him a bad father. Just stop it. I did not like that narrative at all. But I also felt that Porsha was being Porsha, wanting to get her way and finding a way to get her way because Dennis not being a good father has nothing to do with him coming on this show or working or doing whatever it is he's doing with Drew. Now, in this particular scene, of course, she calls Dennis. Dennis shows up to their daughter's, looks like a play date or whatever. And Porsha is breaking down. I think she's doing a little bit too much because, girl, this is, an event that you invited him to spend some time with your daughter. But yet again, you're making it about you. So I feel like in this particular instance, Porsha was doing a little bit too much because, again, Dennis is not your husband. You're not married to him. You were not married to him. Although you may not like his decision, co-parent, because you did say that y'all were great co-parents. So, the thing with co-parenting is y'all co-parent. He don't need to tell you about his life. If he was, whatever he was, if he was doing this with Drew, you just co-parent.
Imagine him and I, right? Getting into it or something.
So she goes on to say, imagine her and Dennis getting into it, and then the cameras, like he gets to take advantage of the cameras. Again, Porsha seems like she wants to have control of the situation. And because she doesn't, she's kicking and fighting like a child. Again, I understand why she would be upset. But if you are saying that you guys are great co-parents and you are working for the good of the daughter, continue to work good for the daughter and stop making this situation about you. Now, this is just my opinion. This is my opinion. I agree with her, but I think she's doing too much.
When I'm speaking, and now he gets offered these cameras to come and use my own platform.
He gets offered these cameras. He get to use my platform. That's what it's all about. This don't have nothing to do with anything else other than Porsha not having control. Dennis get to come in, use her cameras, and yada yada. So, I mean, I get what she's saying, but let's make it about the baby.
Against me. I don't need anything else. I'm barely.
If y'all can hear, I'm. This is about Porsha. Again, I wish she would not make this about her daughter. And y'all know a lot of women do this. They make it about the child when the father could be doing a good job, being the best father he can, but because he does something you don't like, now he could be potentially, he could be a bad father. I didn't like this.
I'm trying. I'm literally trying.
I get it, girl. You trying. It gets a little hard, but what it gets harder is when you marry a man, strictly because you feel like he got a lot of money, and then you find out that he is just not who you thought he was, and now you gotta get out of his house or stay in his house and just go through too much. So I really believe that Porsha brought a lot of these problems on herself. If y'all remember Fallon. Okay, we can say that Fallon and Porsha wasn't friends, but we do know that you went over to Fallon's house when she was married to the man that you're married to now. So I don't know. Maybe this is a little karma, girl, because I don't know, y'all. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think with regards to this whole entire situation. Again, for me, I think Porsha is doing a little bit too much, and she does not seem to be considering her daughter, but it seems like she's considering herself.